Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, people, depending with where you're watching this video from. Well, it's Nafula here with yet another video. I'm actually outside. I want to water this tomato. It's dying. Can you imagine? Look, it's slowly drying up. So we're going to pour in some water. Water. This is not healthy. I'm using the jug from the kitchen. I need to really look for a watering can that I'll be using whenever I want to water my plants. So they don't dry and die. Yeah, and that's it. So today it's actually evening. It's about 6 in the evening here. I want us to fix some tea, brew some tea, and then I will jump into the bathroom because I've had a long day at work and I just need to reset. I need to shower and feel fresh and feel good and just pamper myself. So let's go to the kitchen and start our brewing process. Let's see how we brew tea the African way. I really need help, so I'll call my help to help me with getting rid of our pot up there. It's really fun. I struggle. It's up there. You can see them. And there's another one here. This one has, let me just show you. This one has some maize and beans, cooked maize and beans. So we're going to take these with brewed tea. So I need another pot. The one that I'll cook tea on the normal aluminum pan, but then I will have to brew it on the pot. This is how it happens. I'll have to like burn my pot, or rather place my pot on the fire for it to like get warm or heated, and then after I have cooked my tea, I'll now pour it to that hot pot so it simmers and brews slowly with all the spices. I'm gonna use this. So because I'm going to use this to prepare my spices. So let me take through everything that we'll need for brewing our tea. We have, of course, milk because it's gonna be milk tea. This is about a liter of milk, and then we have ginger. I'm not gonna use the entire piece. I'll just need a piece of this, and then we have rosemary. I'll just need like a stem of it, or I'll just cut some of it, not the entire package. And then we have this. These are actually cardamoms, so we are going to use how many cloves? I think we're going to use about 8 to 10 cloves are enough. And then from this, I'm going to get my cinnamon sticks from here. Cinnamon sticks are in here, so I'll just get like 3 or 4 cinnamon sticks. Yeah, and then finally we have sugar, and that will be it for our tea. Oh no, we also have tea leaves, so I'll grab the tea leaves. So we also have tea leaves. I'll be using these tea bags. I will only need 1 tea bag. I'll tell you why, because our tea leaves already have color. So the tea leaf is only to give you the flavor of tea leaves or tea, but not really for the color. Everything that we require. Since I'll be placing them here, I'll start with washing these. But first, just fold my sleeves so I get my hands clean enough before starting anything. Just fold my sleeves well enough and get some soap and wash my hands well enough. just give this a thorough wash. It was already clean, but I just like repeating so that I have all that I require clean enough. There we go. Then we'll go in with the ginger. Okay, we're going to wash this so we get it clean. Voila. There we go. Drop it there. Then we're gonna go in with our cinnamon sticks. There we go. I have 3 cinnamon sticks, and that is okay with me. Then I will wash my rosemary. I really love the aroma of rosemary in food, in my drinks. I love it. Here's our rosemary. I'll give that another rinse. There we go. Then I will take my cardamom. Here they are. This is my cardamom. And give it also a rinse. But I need to be careful so they don't get drained. So wash it away. Yeah. And here we are. I'll give a rinse my spoon that I'll be using and my fork. This is actually a steak knife, not a fork. It's a steak knife, but I'll be using it because it will handle the husks of my cardamom. Because I need to like split them or break them and get the tiny seeds in it. And then there we are. So we will start by slicing our rosemary like that. I can already smell the aroma. And slice them like that. Get these. There we go. Then I'll move in to the ginger. It is. You can either slice them or grate them. I'll go with slicing them. Tiny bits because they'll be brewing for a long time, so the aroma will be infused slowly in the tea. I'm feeling like this is too much, so I'll not add more of it. I will slice this, then that will be it. after that, I'll go in with my cinnamon sticks. The same thing. They can get really hard, so you can either place them the way they are or just break them. Okay. This one will break because it's not so thick, like that. I don't need more rosemary. So then finally, we will go in with the cardamoms. So all we are going to do is to open them up. See, like that. That's how it looks like inside, and this is what we need to infuse in our tea. So we are going to open them up like that and place them there. Same thing to this one. Open it up like that, place it there. Comment down below and tell me what type of cardamom you would like. You like them when they're still green, or you like them when they're dried in white? Look. So we are going to place it in like that. Another one. Break it and place it in like that. Another one. Break it, place that in. Oops, my camera wasn't even focusing, but it's okay. Another one. Like that. That's what we need to place in. Another one. There are about 10 cloves of these. Like that. Place it in. Another one. Like that. Place it in. Another one. So then we are going to get all our spices and place them there. Place them there. Place them there. Yep. And then after we have all our spices in here, like this, you're going to go back to the kitchen and then start the brewing process. So you're going to place an aluminum pan by the fire, place in sugar to caramelize it, and then add this in the caramelizing sugar. They need to caramelize together with this so the flavor gets soaked in properly. Then after that, we're going to pour our milk in there and let it simmer and cook slowly. So you'll have to reduce it. Let's light the fire. We are going to get rid of this and place it here. Okay, so it's right there. And then light our fire. That was loud, I know, right? So our fire is lighting. As the fire is lighting, you're going to grab this is a normal aluminum pan. So we're going to place the aluminum pan by the fire, but we're gonna have to reduce this heat. Reduce the heat completely, see? So we allow it to cook slowly. So we are going to get our sugar. This is sugar. I'm going to get our sugar. That is 1 scoop. Place it on the fire. This is another scoop. Place it on the fire. And finally, a 3rd scoop. Place it on the fire. So when the sugar, once the sugar will start turning, it shouldn't turn. Once it starts, like, it looks like it's melting up, it wanna look like molasses. Then that is when we will place in all the other spices we've been preparing. So we need to stand close to this place. You see, it has started like melting up. Can you see? It's now melting up. Then we'll come in with this. Here are all the spices that we're gonna place into this. So it starts melting up. We place our spices like that. You see? That's how it looks like. And allow it to caramelize together like that. I gonna need a, what do you call it? A spoon. I don't want the silicone ones. Or I can take this wooden fork like one and then come and use it to stir so the smell gets in. Like that. Oh, you guys, the aroma is giving. So we are going to go in with our milk. This is milk. We are going to go in with our milk and place it inside like this. You see how it looks? Then we go in with our milk. That's enough, because it's just to serve the 2 of us. So this other milk will remain. Then remember I told you I will place my tea bag, just one. I'll come with my tea bag and place it in like that. Then allow it to cook in that low heat, no pressure, that low heat. Okay, so we let it cook. I'll be showing you glimpses of how the process is ongoing as we continue. After it cooks, then we'll go in with hot water after it has already cooked. But meanwhile, I'm going to get my pot from up there and then place it in the fire for it to start heating up, so that once everything has cooked, we will now take our cooked tea or the brewed tea and pour it on the hot pot, just so it gives it that smoky taste. Like the pot usually gives the tea that smoky taste. So just so it gets that smoky taste, it tastes delicious. Then we'll take that with maize and beans. In Kenya, yeah, we call that githeri. So we're gonna take that with githeri, and that will be a wrap. So this is the state of affairs. We have our tea still brewing in here. I don't know if my camera can focus. You can see all the spices in there. The rosemary, the cardamom, the cinnamon sticks, and the tea leaf. Then we have this pot here. It's already starting to dry up. It's supposed to dry and be hot. So after it gets hot, we are going to take our brewed tea and place it here to keep brewing, to simmer slowly, so that aroma or that feeling of smokiness gets in it, and that is what will make it brewed tea. That tea is sweet, it's nice, and it's just good to enjoy with something. I prefer taking it with something heavy, like probably arrowroots, like probably cassava, or maybe githeri. Githeri is a mixture of maize beans, and you can choose to place in some Irish potato if you wish. So it's drying up. I want it to dry up and be hot, as I require it hot enough. Then this cooks. After it cooks, I will pour it in here. Not to really necessarily keep cooking, but just to get that smoky flavor. So I'll just keep stirring it slowly, until I get to taste the flavor that I really like in the tea. With my sieve. So comment down below and tell me, how do you love fixing your tea? Do you love having that quick fix? Or do you take your time to brew tea, to literally brew tea? So let's see. I gotta get my sieve. I need to bring it closer. So you see how it has brewed. Here we go. So this is our tea. So we're going to place it in this clay pot. It's dry and it's hot enough just to get that smoky taste. This is how you're gonna do it. And grab the tea, then we'll pour it in here. Oops! So it will sit in there for a while. Then after it sits in here, I need to pour it inside this flask, the thermal flask. So I'll place my sieve there. Then come and take my pot and go in here with the tea. Voila! And that is it. That is it with our brewed tea. So we are going to cover our flask and then set the table and enjoy. Yeah, that's how it is. So let's come back and get rid of this pan from our cooking area. My help will help me with the washing. Then we come and take our githeri is right here, and then put it on the fire to warm and go ahead and serve. Then set the table. See, this is our githeri. Looks delicious. We're going to take this with the tea. So let's go ahead and set the table and have this meal together. You're gonna stick around, aren't you? So let me bring the food from the kitchen. right here. We'll first start with the sugar and the tea, just in case it wasn't enough. So we'll have our tea here and the sugar. Then I get the beans. I get the beans. Yeah. Then I go get and the spoons. Get the cups and the spoons. And that will be our little setup. Yeah. So that is it. So this is actually our setup, and guys, if you have watched this video to this point, I'm really grateful. I don't take it for granted. So this is our setup here. This is our setup. Let me give you a close. That's how it looks like. Yeah. So it's just me, my husband, and we have this. Yeah. Then we call it a night, or is it a day? Thanks so much for watching the video to this point. I'm really grateful. Consider subscribing, liking the video, sharing it, and also leave me a sweet comment on the comment section. Until I see you on another one, bye for now.